Hola, es Fernanda. Today I want to talk about self-concept because it's something that's been coming up for me, and I just think it's really interesting in when you're trying to break away from self-sabotaging and stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay, so your self-concept is the idea that you have of yourself, what you're capable of, what you're used to being good at, what you're not good at, how you treat people, your personality, all of that. That's your self-concept. The idea that you have of yourself and what you're capable of, okay? So, when you think about wanting to make changes in your life, right? If you think, I've always been overweight, there's been addiction in my family, if you don't become aware and challenge those ideas, and there's no way to change them. As much as you want to use affirmations, as much as you want to decide, okay, today's the day that I make a change, because I'm not happy with this behavior or the consequences of the behavior, whatever it is, right? If you can't become aware of and question these things that have just always been natural to you, then there's no way to break free from them. So the first thing you need to do is to do like an inventory of an audit, if you will, of your self-concept. Write down, what is your idea right now of yourself? What do you believe yourself to be capable of? What do you enjoy doing? What do you think that has just always been this way, right? So that's the first thing. So when I've written it down, I kind of divided into categories. So I'll go first with my physical appearance, that before my beliefs might have been, I don't like movement, and I don't know, that's the idea. Then we can go into like emotional, like I'm a sensitive person, I have like a feisty personality, like whatever it is that you think about yourself. And then in every aspect of your life. And then kind of zoom out a bit and try to think about where those beliefs might have come from. For example, when I was challenging abundance beliefs and scarcity beliefs and just beliefs around money and what I'm allowed to bring into my life, when I started to question, where did this belief come from? Or even beliefs like, I need to make myself small, I need to shrink around certain people, I can't shine too brightly, I can't be fully authentic, like all these things. Where did you learn them? What happened? And it could be as small as someone gave you a weird look when you were like 7, and that's enough to plant a seed that told you can't be too much, you can't be expressive, or whatever the belief is that you're now questioning. So being aware, then questioning, where did it come from? And then questioning, is this true now? Is it completely 100% true? And do I want to keep it? And if not, then what is a belief that you actually like more than that one and you want to replace it with? So for me, that was, let's say, talking about abundance. And I didn't like feeling scarcity and like there's never enough and like I'm always stressed about money. I didn't like that. So I decided, you know what? A better belief is that money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Or I make money from my being instead of from what I'm doing. And believing that it's an energy. And anyways, it's just basically choosing that I can be abundant and I don't have to live in scarcity, and that I didn't choose that belief, but I can choose it now, and I don't choose that anymore because I don't like it. And that goes for all of them. That goes for around money, around your personality. I did the same thing with movement. I literally hate is a strong word, but I really did not like movement when I was younger, and I would get out of all the runs in PE. And now I love walking. Like I love walking after meals, in the morning, in the evening. I'm starting to jog. I love to do yoga, Pilates, or being outside. Like all of these things that I used to think I don't like that. It's not true, and you can always change it. You're always allowed to change your mind. That's the beauty of life. And yeah, and I just think that this idea of self-concept is so helpful when you want to get out of self-sabotaging, because you can change the beliefs even around what you're capable of. Like if you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur, then but you have an ingrained belief around your self-concept that like, I'm not capable of doing that, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the resources, then you're literally not going to get anywhere. As much as you think with your conscious mind that you can do it, or that it's going to be fun, or that you can imagine this life for yourself, if with your unconscious mind you can't conceive that, then you won't do it, or you're going to lose motivation, or it's only going to last for so long. So instead, changing to, I'm actually capable of this, I am intelligent enough to achieve this, I do have all the resources that I need, and I'm going to keep getting more as I make the steps towards it. And you don't have to know how it's going to happen. You can just follow the whispers and take small steps towards what makes you feel joyful, what makes you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose, or things that just bring you peace. And it doesn't have to make sense to other people. It especially doesn't have to make sense to other people. If it makes sense to you, then that's all that matters. And that's really all you need. And if it excites you, if it makes you a little bit nervous, then you're going in the right direction. Because the only way to change anything is to step out of your comfort zone. And because if not, you're just like in this loop of doing the same thing. You already know the outcome. You already know what's going to happen. But if you can step out of that for even a second, then you're retraining your brain that there's another option, and therefore it's easier to change whatever this idea of yourself is, because you're already proving in real time that you can live differently. So this could mean like dressing in a different way for an outing. Like I always dress up when I go grocery shopping, but some people don't do that. So maybe that's your next challenge, is dressing up just cause. Even if you're just staying at home and it's your day off, dress up, because why not? Be extra. And make things special. And then when you can start to shift that, then you're retraining your brain to think, I can do things differently and I'm still safe. Because that's the thing, is like when you think about comfort zone and stretching, that rubber band, that comfort zone expanding, you're really just trying to teach your body that it's safe to do things differently. Because on a subconscious level and on a like somatic level, your body's just scared. But when you can slowly, using exposure therapy maybe, when you can slowly stretch that fear and let yourself feel in your body and show yourself it's actually fine and I can deal with this, and it gets better every time, then it's quite liberating, because then you know I can actually make these changes and I'll be okay. And when you start to make them and you start to feel better, then it gives you a proper reason to keep up changing. Because if there was nothing in it for you, then you wouldn't do it. If it wasn't doable, and if you don't have like a good reason for yourself to change, then you're not going to keep it. But if, let's say, the change that you're making is you're starting to stretch in the morning, or you're moving more, or maybe going for a walk, and then eventually you start to feel better and you're like, oh wow, I'm actually more energized and I feel more excited, then you will want to keep up the change, because you've shown yourself that it actually brings you more joy, or it makes you feel better. So I think that if it makes sense to you and you have enough reason to want to make the change, even if there's still a part of you that likes that little comfort zone area, and there's a little glimpse of you that wants to make a change, that's enough. And maybe you make the change and then you decide, actually, I don't like it and it's not worth it for me. You can just go back. And you don't lose anything. So that's my thoughts on self-concept. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day and spend some time outside. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.